Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Allie. Today I have a really fun and easy DIY. I'm so excited to share this one with you guys today. You might already have something at home that you can use for this. So it's one of those DIY aged vases. Now you've probably seen those beautiful aged vases and vessels right now. They are super popular because they look gorgeous. They are those large jugs. They look like pottery that's been out in the sun for years and years. They have a beautiful patina on them. And if you've been seeing these everywhere, you've also probably noticed that they are selling for a ton of money. These guys can go from anywhere between $100 and $200. I've even seen them over $200, like this one that I'll show you guys. And they're gorgeous, but who has that kind of money, right? Especially now going into the fall when we're getting ready. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting ready to transform my house to make it feel like fall, cozy it up. So I'm gonna need a bunch of different items, and I would probably blow my entire budget on one of these vases. Vases and vessels like this will instantly make your home look and feel more expensive, and they will bring warmth to your home for fall, which is, I know that's what I'm going for. When the fall season hits, I'm ready for warmth, and these vases will do the trick. So I'm gonna show you guys how you can transform something that you already have into one of these beautiful aged vases. You would be surprised how easy this is, and I promise you that if I can do this, you guys can do it. I am so happy with the end result, and I cannot wait to share it with you. I've been researching how to do this for the past couple of months, and I haven't tackled it yet. I have vases in my house that I was thinking of doing with this, but they're glass. So I was a little bit nervous about painting over glass, and I wasn't feeling confident with any of the methods that I've been seeing online. I think that people are doing really beautiful things, but I saw a lot of paper mache, and paper mache it's just not for me. It's very messy. I find that I can't hold on to cardboard in this house. My son usually takes it to build his robots and things. So I wasn't able to even think about planning a paper mache project. Again, I knew it would be really messy. I knew that it would be time consuming, and I was really hoping to find something that was quicker and less tedious to do, and of course on a budget. And then I came across one of my favorite YouTubers, Evelyn Hernandez. She had an easy method that she used with paint on her aged vessels. And you guys, I am ecstatic with how it turned out. I cannot wait to share it with you. So I'm gonna walk you through this DIY step by step. Follow along with me. It's so super simple. If you guys like videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give it a like if you like how this turned out, and let me know in the comments what your favorite part was. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I got started, as I mentioned, with this large glass vase. I've had this glass vase for about 7, maybe 8 years now. I got it at Target, and it is a vase from the Hearth and Hand collection. But over the years, as you can see, it's gotten really scuffed up, and the tint to it is actually peeling a little bit. So it was hard for me to style it. I kept feeling like I had to hide those pieces, but they kept popping up more frequently. So this was a good vase for me to experiment with. Now I got some paint here, which I linked all these colors for you below, and it's the Home Deco chalk paint in French linen. And that French linen color is going to give a really nice base to the vase. Next up, I got this dark brown color. It's called Burnt Umber, and this is going to be great for adding that distressed vintage look to the vase. I also picked up a standard black in case I needed to darken up any of the colors. I kept this lighter brown nearby in case I needed to lighten things up. And then I have some baking soda here. I used baking soda around Christmas when I was painting ornaments and flocking them. It gives them a really nice texture. Then I had a bottle of Mod Podge. You don't need to use this. I wound up actually not using it, but if you want to seal in your project when it's done, you can add a layer of Mod Podge. And then I picked up a variety pack of paintbrushes since I knew I would need larger ones and skinnier ones. I grabbed a paper plate, and then I used a hot glue gun with full-sized glue sticks. The first thing you want to do is to clean the surface of whichever vase it is that you're painting. Then I went in with the glue gun and I started making lines all the way around the circumference of the vase. Now, I had seen a lot of different tutorials where to get those ridges and ribs around the vase, people were doing paper mache. And as I mentioned in my intro, I really wasn't interested in paper mache. I wanted this to be a quicker project. I knew that would take a long time, so I had the idea to try my glue gun and see if I could paint over the glue gun and to find out if it gave me that same effect of ridges in the finished product. And you guys will see shortly that it definitely did, and I was super happy with it. So I kept going with those circles, spaced about 2 to 3 inches apart. What I love about this is that nothing has to be perfect or technical or measured. Actually, the more organic it looks, the better the feel of the vase. I finished it off by doing the base around the bottom of the vase, and then I decided at that point that I wanted to get the smaller one I had. I had a feeling this was going to come out really good, so I figured while I had the materials out, I may as well just go for the smaller one. So for this one, I followed that same idea of doing circles around the vase, but in the smaller one, I actually paired them up. So I did 2 circles closer together, and then I went and did another band like that around the center, and then another band like that around the bottom. I then decided that I wanted to give these vases more of a jug-like feel, so I went in and I finished it off with an extra layer around the rim. Now these vases don't have handles obviously, so I thought that this would give a nice touch and again just make it feel like one of those old vintage jugs. So now I'm getting started on the painting of the vases. So I'm going to squeeze out a nice amount of that French linen color, and I'm adding a little bit of baking soda onto the plate, maybe about a tablespoon, and I'm just going to swirl them around together, and you'll start to notice that the baking soda gives the paint a really nice sort of rugged texture to it. And I'm just going to go in and paint the vase all the way around. Nothing about it has to be perfect or precise. You'll see shortly that we're going to cover it up with another layer. But I am making sure that I go side to side so that I can get all the different places and cracks and crevices around those glue bands that I applied just a few minutes ago. It was a sunny day here, so I set them outside to dry and they were ready in about 15 minutes. So now I brought them back in and I'm mixing my 3 different colors of paint that I showed you earlier. So I mixed the dark brown, the light brown, and the black. And now I'm just applying it very gently and lightly dabbing it on with a wet paper towel. This was the technique that I mentioned earlier to you guys that I found on YouTube from Evelyn Hernandez, and it really is a game changer. Using the wet paper towel allows you to really not be able to mess up. I want to say it's almost impossible to mess this up, especially when you're going for that aged vintage look, because as you can see, it's very forgiving with the wet paper towel. And if an area gets too dark and you just want to lighten it up, you just add a little bit extra water. So far, I'm liking the way that the big one is turning out, so I'm ready to get started on the smaller one. So again, you want to start by dabbing on your darker color and then go in with a wet paper towel and use the lighter color, your base color, that French linen, and just use that to sort of blend it out. So now I'm getting ready to do another layer of aging on the vases, and I've mixed my dark brown and my black together with about a 1/4 cup of water. And I'm using that wet paper towel again to apply it. This time I'm not blending it out with the lighter color. I'm just allowing the water from the wet paper towel to do the work for me and to help me add another layer of that vintage look, but also blend it out, make it look exactly how I want it. So now, because I decided to add those ridges with the glue gun around the rim and also around the other areas in the vase, I decided that I wanted to make it look even more aged and give it a lot more dimension. So I took my smaller brush and I just traced underneath it with the dark colored paint. And you can see I used almost black here. It's very dark. It's the black mixed with the brown. And I just am going in, tracing underneath, and then taking a clean wet paper towel and dabbing underneath it to blend that in. This makes it look as though it's old. This is, again, what gives it the dimension and makes it look as though dirt has collected under there. And you could see the difference between the one that I've done and the one that I haven't done already. And those ridges stand out so much more when you define them with a darker color. Seeing them go from these plain glass vases to these beautiful vintage aged decorative pieces was so mind-blowing, and it was so satisfying. So I thought that I would show you guys a few examples of how you can style vases like this. So I popped them on my console table, one next to the other, and I just put some plain green stems in there that I have. These are really great to transition because it's not quite fall yet. So I wanted to see how I can style them to sort of ride out the end of summer. And I am so happy with how beautiful they look and how they turned out. So of course I could not help myself, and I had to pull some of my fall stems out of the closet and just show you how they can look being styled for fall. And this is gorgeous, you guys. These are just two simple large stems that I picked up from Hobby Lobby, which I've linked for you. They are these acorn stems. They have those gorgeous fall colors, and I am obsessed. The next example I had to show you are these beautiful Semicifuga stems. I got the stem from A Floral, and I actually put in a discount code for you below. There is nothing like these stems from A Floral. They are so realistic. The color of them is stunning, especially in my entryway, and definitely with these pots and the finish that they have on them. I like how they're fall, but not in the traditional brown and gold sense. They just give a gorgeous color. So again, I have a discount code for you guys below. You can take 15% off. These stems are out of this world. Now for this third look, I'm adding in these large eucalyptus stems, just two of them. I bought them at Hobby Lobby. And then in the smaller vase, I'm popping in these palm stems just to give it a little bit of a difference in color, make it a little bit more interesting. And I love how this one turned out as well. If you guys watched my Hobby Lobby fall shop with me I did recently, you know how much I am in love with these gorgeous hydrangeas. And just to add a little bit more to it, I popped in these blackberry stems. And these are also part of their fall collection, so they're 40% off at Hobby Lobby. And I think that they just added another level. I love the color of the blackberries, and I think they came out beautiful next to the aged vases. All right, you guys, so what did you think? Do you like the vases? What did you guys think about the fact that I went with two of them instead of one? Did you guys like the glue gun trick that I used? Let me know in the comments what your favorite part was. And of course, if you've done something similar, share it with me. Let me know your experience. You guys, I have loads of great fall content coming for you, so stay tuned. Make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you're getting notifications so that every time I upload a new video, you guys will get a message. I want to thank you guys for being here. I so appreciate you guys watching my videos. Anytime that you guys can give me a thumbs up or drop me a comment, that really helps my channel, so I really appreciate that. I love hearing from you, and I can't wait to hear what you think about this DIY. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.